The hotel room that never rests. The first time I entered room 213, the hair on my arm stood up. Not because of anything dramatic. No cold spots, no whispering voices. It was the silence. Hotels hum. Air conditioning, pipes, the muffled thump of footsteps overhead. But 213 was tomb quiet, like the walls were lined with lead. I was a housekeeper at the Historic Grandview Hotel, a sprawling Victorian-era building that had been everything from a brothel to a tuberculosis ward before becoming a boutique hotel. Most rooms were charming, all floral wallpaper and 4 poster beds. But 213 was different. It was laid out like a miniature apartment, a sitting area with a velvet sofa, a wet bar with crystal glasses, and 2 bedrooms branching off like wings. The decor was a time capsule, oil paintings of stern-faced men, a rotary phone that still worked, and a standing wardrobe that smelled of cedar and something sharper, like old medicine. The first incident happened during turn-down service. I'd lit 8 tea candles around the room, a ridiculous fire hazard, but management insisted it was romantic. When I returned with fresh towels, every flame was out. Not snuffed, melted, as if they'd burned for hours. The guest in 213 that night, a middle-aged woman in a paisley dress, called the front desk at 2:17 a.m. "Someone blew out my candles," she hissed. I watched them go out one by one. Then came the footsteps. Multiple staff members reported hearing them. A slow, shuffling gait that paced between the bedrooms long after guests had checked out. Maintenance found nothing. No loose floorboards, no rats. Just scuff marks on the hardwood that reappeared no matter how often we polished. The worst was the glassware. I was cleaning the minibar when I heard it, a sound like icicles shattering. Every glass in the cabinet had exploded simultaneously, shards embedding themselves in the opposite wall. The guest, a businessman from Chicago, was in the shower. He swore he'd touched nothing. Then there was the medium. She'd requested 213 specifically. "There's a child here," she told me at check-in, her voice oddly gentle. "A little boy who doesn't understand he's dead," I laughed nervously. "We don't get many kids here." Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "He's been here a long, long time," at 3:33 a.m. The entire floor was jolted awake by a scream. The medium was standing in the hallway, her face bloodless. "He doesn't like being ignored," she whispered, clutching a bleeding palm. Later, in the lobby, she showed me the marks, 5 crescent-shaped cuts, like a small hand had squeezed hers. He was playing hide and seek. I pretended I couldn't see him. She inhaled sharply. "That made him angry. The Grandview burned down in 2018. Electrical fire," the report said. But I know the truth. Because the night before the fire, every guest in room 213E's wing reported the same thing. A little boy knocking on their door, asking if they'd seen his mother.